Yo, yo, yo. It's a chilly night today on my way to the gym. It's 10:30, so close to 12 and I'm walking to the gym. What crossed my mind on the way here was I looked up and saw the stars. It's quite a surprise to see the stars here in London, but it's always just grey skies. But I saw them and I thought to myself, oh yeah, I studied them, didn't I? Not for schoolwork or anything. Out of my own volition, I chose to study a few constellations. Not a few, I wanted to study it because I had an interest in it. You see, I like a bit of survival knowledge. It's just my type of thing. And learning about constellations, if you're unaware, that can help you guide your way home. If you're on a, well, I'm probably never gonna be on a boat stranded at sea, but if I was, I could use the constellations, and judging from the season that I'm in, I can see what way is north, east, that type of thing. And it also tells you the month range that you're at as well. Like for example, a winter exclusive constellation you might see is Gemini, Orion, Taurus, and then when you get to summer, a summer exclusive constellation is the Summer Triangle. Some constellations you might see all the year around, like Ursa Major, which if you follow it can lead you to Ursa Minor, which has the star called Polaris, which is where the North Pole is, so that always is going to guide you towards north. Interesting stuff. But when I was studying for these constellations, when I was just learning them, I'd be at home and I'd look them up. I'd look at them and be like, okay, so it's like this, it's like this, it's like this. And then while I'd be studying them, I would also draw my own little map of constellations of I don't know, the summer sky, for instance. And I'd have Ursa Major followed by Draco, then Ursa Minor with Polaris. I'd have Aquila, a few more, Lyra. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say that I mapped it all out. After I mapped it all out, because like I said earlier, here in London we get a lot of grey skies, so we almost it's not rare to see the stars, but it's a bit harder. I mean, it's a bit rarer than uncommon. So it's between uncommon and rare to see them. Yeah. So after I would study them and figure them out, I think I spent about maybe 2 months. After the first 2 months of me looking at them, I went outside in my garden and I was like, oh, it's a clear sky. And I looked up, saw stars. I saw Ursa Major. I mapped it out in the sky. And when I mapped it out, I was like, oh wow, everything that I've studied is actually here. Then I mapped it out. Then I went to Ursa Minor. Then in between them two is Draco. So I mapped that one out as well. And looking up, I'll be honest, it was beautiful. Looking up and seeing everything that it's kind of like you're looking into another world. It's really interesting. I love constellations. I've not really gone into them as much as I have when I was, well, not younger because I wasn't young, but it was 4 years ago maybe. But yeah, I've not really. I kind of want to call it a phase. It was a phase of learning it, not really a phase of liking it. I still love them. Whenever I come out and I see the stars, I always try and find which ones I know. Now I can see Orion because it's winter right now. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is there's beauty in the learning, and then discovering that what you're doing, or what you're studying, is actually fact. It's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird point to make because it's kind of self-explanatory, but this kind of goes along with a lot of education. For example, maths. I know a lot of people, me included, we find maths stress or just undesirable. But then it's only seen that way because you don't. Some spaghetti bolognese on the floor. What the hell? But yeah, that's because we don't understand it. But when you do understand the maths, it's actually not as bad as as you thought it might be. In fact, some people might actually like it, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say until you see that something is set in stone or makes sense, and you were the one to kind of connect those dots. You were the one to go to that final solution. I guess getting to that point by yourself, it's a nice sense of accomplishment, and it feels nice. And I'm sure that can apply to a lot of things. Like, I don't know, if you're just doing something and you're finding it difficult, but then when you complete it, it's like, oh, I actually kind of enjoyed that. Like, for example, well, no, I've always preferred maths over English, but that's just because I'm a more calculations type of person. Once I've understood how to do the maths of anything, be it this is really simple, but like area of a circle, or like mapping circles on a graph, a lot of geometry, even chemistry. Oh man, I love chemistry. I'm not a chemist, but I love it, especially organic chemistry. But yeah, when you learn how to do something, it's a lot more fun than when you're struggling to do it. I don't know, maybe you're going through something right now and you're not enjoying it. Who knows? Maybe after you're done with it, it might, you might end up loving it. It might be your cup of tea. I guess stick with something to the end to see if you actually enjoy it or not. Yeah.